You want to get a job there, Mike?
No.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the
Deja vu, another one of these. Thursday night, a lot of work on my car today. The 545 is back. They got those arms back in. Had to order a new kit. You can't buy just one, so all Bank 2 has new arms now, or Bank 1. So tomorrow that's going to be resealed. Frank was here in the 99 540. We did his valve cover gaskets today and spark plugs. Then we got to this car. Finally got enough parts. I got the shifter put back together. Shifter's fully rebuilt. I did do a new flex disc, repacked the CV joint with grease, new gasket, new transmission cross-member bolts. Geez, retorqued. I took off the transmission brace, cleaned all that, chased all the threads under there in the chassis, replaced all the hardware, got the heat shields in, got the exhaust back on. I did bend up that mount. Very minor improvements, if any. They're still just a touch lower than the left side. That's the way it is. If you want it to fit perfectly, you got to go with OEM parts. Canon loves hearing that, but it's true. Aftermarket parts just do not fit, even if it's $2,400 exhaust system. So got it started today. Had to fix an exhaust leak at the header flange. Just loosened it up and retightened, and that seems to have gone away. We had to touch a lifter tick since it's been sitting so much. That went away once I got some heat and oil. So these are the parts I have for the center exhaust brace that's been missing. I'm waiting on more brackets, hopefully tomorrow. There's the old flex disc. I don't even remember what those are. We lost two exhaust bolts, or two muffler nuts, so I'm going to order those. I just remembered to do that. I got to do that tonight still. But we're getting closer. It starts and is drivable, and really I just got to bleed the brakes a few more times now and get my wheels torqued down and stuff like that. So, oh God, my back aches. Just, I need some freaking rest. I'm going to head home and get some of that and some dinner. Here's a little chat sesh, and something I've wondered and probably talked about on here before. So, I'm driving the Silverstone, the other 2000 with the Le Mans interior. I wasn't happy with the tire balance after the wheel refinish. They do remount and balance the tires, though. The weights were on the curved part of the wheel and already starting to come off, and there were a few vibrations at certain speeds. So anyways, took it over to Discount Tire. They do nice work. Dropped it off. They were freaking swamped. They've got a ton of employees in there. It's a normal-sized tire store, but they probably have, 20 employees, maybe more out in the back, too. Place was packed, only 2 available parking spots, big line inside. Get up to the front, super nice customer service. They checked me in. We already had an appointment. They knew who we were. We have an account there. And when I tell them all I want to do is check the balance on the tires. If they need to be rebalanced, balance them. If they don't. Real simple thing for a tire shop, right? We're not dismounting any tires. We're not buying anything. We're just buying that service. So then he proceeds to get on the computer and type the preamble to the Constitution in 3 languages backwards. Why do they need so much time and hundreds of keystrokes, thousands of keystrokes, hundreds of words to do such a simple task? And, my customer information, they have a screen that faces the customer too, so I can watch the beginning part of it and see, they type in my name, boom, I pop up, there's the car. It wasn't the same 2005, but it doesn't matter, it's the same specs. And it auto-populates all the stuff that's I already paid for it. And then he just goes on typing and typing and typing and typing and tab, F3, F5, type. And I stood there like 12 or 15 minutes. It's definitely over 10 minutes. And I'm just thinking, like, what is all the typing? And then boom, the receipt comes out and I leave. Now, it's the same thing if you go and rent a car, right? If you go into Enterprise, Hertz, Avis, whatever, and you've already made the reservation, you've already paid for it online, you already uploaded the scan of your driver's license and any other credit card information like that, and type away. Now, it's the same thing when you check into a flight. If you do it old school and you go up there and check your bags, and it's like 10 minutes, well, they type all this stuff, but there's nothing worse than the hotel check-in, right? So you go into a hotel, you've already made and paid for the reservation, you've uploaded your ID, and type away 15 minutes of punching the keyboard, and I just don't understand what it all is. Maybe they've got to go through all your information and verify everything, retype it, so there's 2 accounts of it. I don't know. If anybody works in hospitality industry or something like that, let me know what all the typing is about. I'm genuinely curious as to why it takes so long. And I understand process, when I do even just a battery change, but if I were to have a customer come in and just say, change my oil, it would take me about 3 minutes to write that invoice. And I would do very little typing. It's more clicking, and I would type in BAT or OIL for oil, and there it is, and select that and update a few numbers, and it's done. I had a pizza for dinner, and it was delicious. Then we sat down and watched some Seinfeld, followed by some harpsichord music on YouTube, followed by some Phil Collins and some Foo Fighters. It was that kind of a night. Mike's on his way back. Today was a productive one, not as much as the past few days. I felt guilty working on my own car on business time, so I've been staying super late, starting a little earlier, heading in earlier, stuff like that. But as I outlined today, we're making good progress, steps in the right direction. We're going to continue that tomorrow. The 545 is back. They replaced those arms, so we've got to reseal the valve cover on that. Then we should be able to turn a key and finally have an N62 running. And we'll see what that means for the rest of the car. There were 64 codes throughout the various modules in the car. Peanut is working his way out tonight. How far is he going to get? So we've got to chase all of that. There's power steering codes, there's engine light codes, there's ABS, body module. Some of it's real easy, like the center vent in the center console for the rear is not installed, so there's a code for that. That'll be pretty easy to plug that back in and have that disappear. Other problems like the brakes don't hold pressure, and the power steering is super, super heavy. We got sensor bleeding or some sort of issues there. It's an 04 first model year E60 with all the goodies and gadgets on it. And unfortunately, all of that stuff had the reliability of an 80s General Motors product. So not great. We're going to work on it. He wants us to do another round or 5 of repairs and sorting out the bugs and the troubles. The car hasn't been registered in 6 years now, so we've got our work cut out for us in addition to everything else going on. And we're taking in 2 more cars next week, 2 M5 driveline rebuilds and shifter rebuilds. It's all the same shit at this point. I'm going to bed. My hands are super dry and they really hurt. The brake clean got under my gloves today, so I don't know if you can tell how red and dry my knuckles are. I've already put lotion on my hands once, so I'm about to go and do it again. I will talk to you guys on Friday. Good night. Merry Christmas.